Hello Revolve, my name is Allana and today I'm going to be showing you some of my favorite go-to hairstyles for long hair, lazy girl edition. These are some super quick and simple hairstyles that I love to add into my rotation when I am in a pinch or I want to just make my hair look fabulous as fast as possible. So if you love some simple hairstyles, then look no further, this is the video for you. So we're starting off with what I lovingly call the faux blowout. And this is for those of us like me who are incapable of giving ourselves a proper salon blowout at home with like the round brush and the blow dry. I just can't do it. I just rough blow dry my hair, call it a day, and my hair is quite, you know, limp and straight and there's not a lot of life to it. And so I like to fake a blowout at home. And you can do this with a thermal brush or a curling iron, whatever you have available to you. We're gonna use a hot tool to give us a fake salon blowout. And I sectioned off my hair and we're gonna give our little sections a little brush. This is the cutest brush ever. This is the Bonne Brosse brush. They have every shape and size and color on Revolve and they are so beautiful. Sitting on the counter, I can't get over it. So grab whatever curling iron you have, take a little section of hair, and we're basically just gonna curl the ends of our blow-dried hair, blow-dried or air-dried, whatever you feel. I'm just curling the ends up, holding it for a couple of seconds, release, and just giving the ends a little bit of life. Curling, going all the way to the bottom, curling up on the ends. And this is what we're left with, just a little bit more bounce, a little bit more life. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my head. It's probably gonna take me under 5 minutes to do the entire thing. It's so easy, I love it, and it kind of gives us the same effect as blow, whatever. Whenever you're in a pinch and you wanna give yourself a blowout, this is the way to do it. Whenever I'm doing these curls, I always like to curl them away from my face. If you wanted a little bit more texture, you could also alternate them. So you could curl one away from your face, one towards your face, but I usually just like to have these little faux be quite a clean and slick look, so I just do it all in the same direction. And I'm actually gonna save this front piece for the end, so just hold tight to that for a sec while we finish the rest of the hair. Now all we have left is the front pieces, and if you really wanted to fake the look of a blowout, you could set all of this. You could take all of these sections and kind of wrap them between your fingers and use some clips to pin them and set them if you wanted a little bit more volume. I often do that while I'm getting ready and doing my makeup. If I'm doing my hair first, I love to pin and set, but if you really were in a pinch and just wanted to make this as fast as possible, you could just pin the front of your hair. So taking the face framing pieces, bangs, whatever you have, and just also curling those away from the face. I always take the curling iron and just curl the ends away like so. And then you can take a little set of rollers. I got this one from Revolve as well. Look how cute they are. It's like copper metal, so cute. So I'm just gonna take that one roller and just use this to set these front pieces. They come with cute little clips too. And then you could just let this hang out and set it for like 5 to 10 minutes, or if you wanted to just quickly do your makeup while this is setting. And this will just give all of your face framing pieces a lot more volume and bounce. Now, one tip that I always like to do, whether I'm doing a proper blowout or this faux, is take a little bit of dry shampoo. This is the Amika Perk Up Dry Shampoo, and I like to use this to spritz throughout my hair just to give it a little bit more volume. And often when I'm doing a faux blowout, I end up just touching my hair a lot throughout the day, so I kind of use this as a preventative measure. Just a few spritzes of that I feel like just makes the blow last longer throughout the day. So I'll unpin this now, remove the roller, try not to bald myself in the process. And that is our faux blowout. Like, it's so easy to do and it's so quick, but I feel like the effect is still almost as good as if you had a proper blowout at the salon. So for the next hairstyle, I'm gonna layer on top of our little faux blowout here, and I'm gonna teach you how to do the S-wave. All you need for this is a straightener, and I feel like this is the key if you love a natural, lived-in, kind of undone, effortless looking wavy hair. And the S-wave is like the secret of the hairstylist. I feel anytime I've had the absolute pleasure of encountering a celebrity hairstylist, they're always using multiple tools, but usually some form of an S-wave is in there to give us the perfect looking natural wave. So the key to this look is the technique in itself, and so I'm going to teach you how to do the S-wave, but also is to have some kind of texture already in your hair. So whether you do a little blowout, maybe you do a little wave, maybe you have some natural texture in your hair, maybe you air dried your hair, gave it a little diffuser, having some kind of body or another variation of texture or a curl really help with this, or you can just use a straightener and do the S-waves throughout your entire head. Whatever variation works. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna do a little condensed version of this and really just try and show you the technique. So you wanna grab a little section of hair, and the technique is to take the hand that is holding the piece of hair and use that to push your hair into an S shape, and then you're gonna be clamping the straightener on at the same time. So from here, I'm gonna start by pushing my hair into the start of our S S shape. So I'm pushing my hair away, and then using this hand, I'm gonna push it the opposite way to create that first S. And then doing the same thing, continuing another S shape, I'm pushing the hair up, clamping the other straightener, clamping the other hand with the straightener at the same time, and then continuing the S shape. And you just do that throughout the entire length of the hair, and you're left with that perfect little S wave. And once you do this throughout the entire head, it literally just looks like the most natural, effortless waves ever. It's so easy. I'll take another little chunk here and just do another S wave. So I'm pushing the S, creating the S. Hopefully you guys can see what I mean by the visual. You're basically just doing two things at once. This side is creating an S, this side is clamping. And you can see already that the two types of waves, the mixture of the two is already creating the most glorious little tousled wave ever. But the biggest difference for me is in these front pieces, the face framing pieces. So we're gonna do the same thing, but I always start this S by pointing the S towards the face. So I'm gonna start clamping towards my face, and then I'm pushing the hair away, pushing the hair towards the face, and then away. And this is just one of my favorite ways to do a wave, and it's my favorite way to kind of like create almost a little visual of a bang. But this is also a really great way to see the difference between like a little soft blowout and then the S wave. It just adds so much more life and like texture and fun to the hair. And even just doing those three little pieces at the front of the hair changes the entire look. So I'm gonna do the same on the other side, starting by pushing the S away from my face, then pushing it towards my face, pushing it away and towards my face. Now, if you wanted to create the ultimate beachy effect, it's very important that you add a little texture spray into your waves. This is the Morroccanoil texture and volume powder. I'm gonna take a couple of spritzes of this throughout the lengths of my hair and use this to create a little bit more gritty texture. And this is gonna add a lot more volume and a lot more kind of dimension to the look. It also shows a really nice difference between the very like sleek and shiny blowout versus like a little lived in kind of textured wave. The little texture powder makes a huge difference. I could truly be zhuzhing all day long, but hopefully you guys see the effect. This is the S wave. So now that we have our two hairstyling techniques down, we've got the sleek blowout and we've got the textured waves. I want to show you two of my favorite ways to accessorize your hair. And this is like the ultimate hack for lazy girl hair. It is to just get your hair out of your face. If you are like me and you are easily overstimulated by your hair just falling into your face all day long, falling into your highlight, falling into your lip gloss, you need to invest in some hair accessories. So getting yourself a little claw clip or a headband is just gonna make your life a lot easier, and also extend your hairstyles by multiple days, because this is so easy to do on very lived in and very greasy hair as well. Nothing a little hair accessory and some dry shampoo can't cure. So starting out with the headband, got this adorable one from REVOLVE. I hadn't worn headbands in years because I would always just go like this. I would just slick all my hair back and it's just not cute. It kind of looks a little wild. The key, in my opinion, with a headband is to keep your hair down. I personally like to part my hair in the middle, and I feel like that's just the most effective way to do a headband. But just keeping your hair down and then applying the headband kind of over top. So I'm not like scraping the headband along my hairline. I'm literally like floating the headband on top and then just placing it. And it kind of secures the pieces of hair behind the ear without it slicking all the hair back, but then it's keeping it back. It's keeping the hair out of your face, but then you still have all that nice texture and volume living, but it's not shooting out the side of your head. Hopefully you guys can see the difference between that, but love me a headband. I think this one is so sleek and classy, and it brought the headband back out of the void for me. And I just think it's so cute. You can't go wrong. So easy to do. Another tip that I'd like to mention that applies to this hairstyle, but also the last two, if you have hair like mine that kind of naturally parts at the back of your head and you just always have a line sitting there, getting yourself a little back combing brush is very helpful. This one's actually really nice because it has the boar bristles as well, so it's good for doing slick backs, but you can really do some nice back combing with this. So I like to just take the kind of top back piece of my hair and do a little back combing. You can do this with any comb, but this cutie little one is from MEJ. And just give yourself a little lift. It's not in the old like bump it styles, okay? This is a very sleek back combing moment, but that can help to just prevent that kind of, you know, little crater that loves to part itself at the back of the head. So usually, no matter what hairstyle I'm doing a little bit of back combing just right there to finish off the look. Okay, taking the headband off, and I'm gonna show you two variations that you can do with a little clip. Now, I personally never experienced the magic of a little clip until the last few months, but it's completely changed my life. I used to only have like the big claw clips, and I just find it doesn't look great on my hair. I don't know. Get yourself a little clip. It's a game changer. So I definitely like to do this when I have this like textured wave in. I feel like it adds really nice body, and I just kind of like to take half of my hair, pull it back, and just secure it at the back with a little clip. And I know that this might seem so simple, but again, I only exclusively used giant clips before, and I always wondered why I could never do a little half up like this. Get a smaller clip. If you have more thin or more fine hair, get a little smaller clip, and this is gonna change your life. And again, I think if you have a little bit of texture in your hair, have a little bit of product in your hair, this has a nicer effect. I personally like it to be nice and big and voluminous, but this little half updo doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It can truly be as simple as just clipping it back. But another variation we can do of the half updo is inspired by Margot Robbie and the Wuthering Heights press tour. Oh baby, what a look. So to do that, we're gonna take two of our little front pieces here that we've now beautifully done S-waves on, trying to make it a little bit even here. And then I'm just kind of pulling the rest of the hair down flat a little bit. I loved how like delicate and kind of renaissance this felt. And again, you could totally do this with some like really elaborate, gorgeous pinning technique or doing a pretty little bun, but you could also just take your same little clip and just pin it at the back. And you can see with our cutie little S-waves that we do just have nice little texture around the face. The rest of the hair is secure. It is going nowhere, and it couldn't have been easier to do this. But I also just feel like it looks like you put so much more effort into this than you actually did. My favorite. Now last but certainly not least, we have to talk about the slick bun. We're basically just making our way through the week in hair. You know, day one, you've got that fresh, sleek blowout. The next day, you add in a couple waves, add in some texture spray, do some updos, and then the final day, we are doing the wet slick back. Now, I'm certainly not a professional when it comes to this. I know that there's many ways that you can do this, but I always like to start by just kind of wetting my hands and running it through my hair. Usually when I reach this point of the week, my hair has a lot of its own greasy slick anyway, and start by securing it with a hair tie. You can either go like really slick and like brush the hair back, or have a little bit of texture like this, like making it really, really sleek, or you can also leave a little bit of texture. I'm kind of down with both. It kind of just depends on what I'm feeling that day, but for the purpose of the video, we'll make it nice and sleek. So we're gonna go back and grab our little bristle brush here and take a hair paste of some kind. I personally think that I get the most hold and like slickness if I'm using something like a paste. This is the Jack Henry hair paste. It also smells delicious. You can take a little bit of this between your fingers and just use that to tame all of these little baby hairs. Now, not everybody's gonna have as many baby hairs as I do, but it's a lot. So usually when I'm doing a slick pony, I'm using quite a bit of product, and I'm really just using that to slick all of these little baby hairs away, and then going over top of that with the bristle brush to really slick this down. And if you need even more hold, you can use a product like this. This is the Mermaid Hair Gel Wand, and you can use this to really tame those little baby hairs and any flyaways that you might have. And this is actually really nice too, because you could throw this in your purse if you're headed out on the town, you want to touch up on the go, and you can tame any flyaways in case you have run into a tunnel of wind and your hair blows all the way. I'm really gonna put a nice chunk of this up with my sideburns here. And that's one variation of our lovely slick pony. And if we wanted to turn this into a bun, my favorite thing to do to make it really hold and be super long lasting is to braid my ponytail and then wrap it into a bun. You could totally just like twist it up and add another elastic like that, but I find that if I braid the hair first and then twist it into the bun, it just holds a lot better, especially if I'm being active. Like if I'm doing this hairstyle before the gym or playing tennis or something, I still want to look sleek and fabulous. I gotta braid the pony first. Also, if you like this look, you could also just rock the little braided pony. I've done that many a time. Love a little braided pony, but I'm gonna wrap this up into the bun and take a small elastic. And then for an added layer of fabulous, I know if you had little bobby pins like this at your disposal, you could use this to make the bun even more secure and make it look more like fabulous and flush to the head. With these bobby pins, you kind of wrap it like this and stab it into the bun. I find that that really nicely kind of finishes the look of the bun, makes it look a little bit more chic and complete, but it also makes the bun more secure and it hides any visual of the elastic. So if you want to have a little no-show bun, toss a few of those little bobby pins in and it makes a huge difference. And that's everything for my little bun tutorial. And with that, my friends, those are a few of my favorite hairstyles that I love to do. So quick, so easy, and perfect if you are a lazy hair doer like myself. All the products that I used in this video can be found on Revolve Beauty and will be linked up in the description box down below. And be sure to subscribe to the Revolve Beauty channel if you want to see more videos like this. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!